Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Snowy Matthew tutorial video. In today's video we're going to be looking at how we can make ground like this. A lot of people requested how do I make like terrain ground for like characters to stand on like this. But yeah, so basically the first step. So get your GFX or whatever. I'm just going to put these two characters in. And we're going to want to go on the internet and we're going to make rocky texture. So we're going to go to images, and the one that I always use is this first one. It's called Rocky Mountain Texture Seamless. I'll leave it in the description if you guys can't find it, but you can just copy it or save it, and you're going to want to paste it into here. So we're going to want to... The characters are kind of slanted, so we're gonna just want to stretch this and extrude it a little bit and rotate it. So we kind of have the ground like that. It looks alright, but what I also usually do is search up a dirt texture. So this usually goes on top of it, and I usually use this one. Or you can use this one, it doesn't really matter, it's all what you think looks best. But yeah, I'm going to use this one, and what I'm going to do is paste it in, and I'm going to make it on to the rock layer. So I'm going to click on the layer and hold Alt, and then click between the layers. That should make a layer mask and put it only in that layer. So now we can kind of scale it so it's kind of like the same direction, because we don't want it in the wrong direction, like it's not slanted. And now it's right on top. Now you just want to kind of get any brush. I recommend using the powder brushes. I'll leave it in the description as well. And maybe make it like 1,000, and then put the opacity to around 25 or 20. It's all your choice. But we're just gonna go and start erasing some of the dirt overlay, so we can like still see the rocky texture. So you're gonna want to make this, it's not very colorful, it's not the color that we want though. So we're gonna click on the bottom layer, we'll do the bottom layer first, and we're gonna click image, adjustments, and hue and saturation. Then we're just gonna want to click on colorize, and we can kind of make you're just not wanting to put too much saturation. I recommend around 10, but we can kind of free ball it. Whatever it's, say you want like kind of a metal one, you can go with a blue, or I'm just gonna use, in this case I just want to make it kind of like dirt, so I'm gonna make like an orange, maybe put the saturation up a little higher, and then hit OK. And then for this one we can kind of do the same, go to image, hue and saturation, and go to orangish, and don't make it too saturated, so that does not look good, but make it kind of like that. So that's how you make that part of the floor. You can also, one thing I recommend is getting the whatever brush. I'm just going to use the square brush with the link in the description, and we're going to make another layer mask, and we're going to change it to overlay, so we can kind of edit some portions of this. So say there's like a lot of light coming from the right. We're going to want to make it a lot lighter here, and we can make a darker, and we can just keep shading it down. So it all depends on where your light source is, but you don't have to do this part as much as you do. So yeah, you can kind of make it like that, a little too bright on the edge, but you can also just make it a little normal, make sure it's an overlay, and maybe make it a little bit darker near their feet. And we can just kind of put some, just make it a little nicer. It's all up to you, if you like how you want to shade it, but it all depends. So I'm just going to do the rest with this side. and should be good. We're not going to do shadows for the characters we're going to do next. This isn't the shadowing part. But yeah, once you got that finished, we are going to make the shadow. So we're going to make another layer mask and put it on. And we're going to just get the regular brush, the soft round. Make sure the hardness is 0 and probably, yeah, around 150 is good for this. And make your brush black. So you're not gonna want to do overlay. You're not gonna want to do anything. You just want to kind of put some shadow around their legs and stuff. So you see how Gajiel has his cloak and his legs. So we have shadows under his cloak as well because they're also with the ground. Might have just a little behind him because he's standing up. And we're gonna do the same with Natsu. Make some shadows near his feet. And it all depends on where your light is coming from. Right here we don't really have a designated light source, so I'm just gonna say it's in front of them. But yeah, that doesn't look very good, so we're gonna go to the opacity and change it to around 70 or 60. Really, this, you can do what you prefer. Yeah, that's how you put that shadow background. And then another step is, this looks very cut, so you can use any brush. I'm going to use the same powder brush, but you can use any brush to erase this edge part because it looks a little too cut for me. And yeah, so that's basically the ground part. I'm actually going to add in some other stuff. We're going to add in some dust. So I have a special brush that I use. It's a cloud brush, which also will be in the description. And let me just find it. Okay, so here we go. So I recommend using like maybe cloud 563 or 190 or 1000, or it really doesn't matter, but you can just choose one. I'm just going to use let's use 466. So once you have that brush, you're going to want to use the rotate tool. So basically you just push R and hold your mouse and you can spin it. So for this one, and you can click, okay, so here's some hotkeys. E is to erase, B is for your brush, and R is to rotate. And so we're going to go back to our brush, and we're going to go to make our brush like yellowish, kind of like that color, or a little bit darker to match with the ground. So we're going to want to do darker dust at the bottom and lighter at the top because it's interfering with the ground more. So we're just going to want to use our cloud brush. You make the cloud brush a little bit bigger and make some dust. You can rotate your camera to put the dust over there like that. And then as you move up, you might want to make new layers. I will, just for this, and want to just keep going up using lighter and lighter dust particles. And then once you get to the top, you should be at really light dust. And you know, if you make some mistakes, just go over them. You know, don't try not to make it too like not with the ground because we still want it to blend a little bit. And yeah, so we can just add some more. You might want to use other brushes if you want to add other types of dusts. Yeah, once you have that, you can just this is all trial and error, so you just want to duplicate all of your layers and merge them if you made them layers, and then make all of your other ones invisible. Then you're going to want to take the same powder brush, make sure it's on like around 25 opacity, and or actually no, let's make it like 15. And you're just going to want to maybe erase some of the dust because we don't want to make it too dusty. So if we actually put the background on, then we can just make a simple background right now. We can just make a gray background just so it's not transparent, so we can't see anything. and this is basically what it will look like. I recommend putting a background on just so you can see how it would look like. But yeah, so there's also other things you can do, like rock textures. And yeah, so we're gonna go and we're gonna search up rocks. So we're gonna use, there's a really good one, here it is. I'll leave all of this in the description, and it's also gonna be in my Discord. So you can come and copy it. I'm gonna put it above the dust for now, and I'm just gonna select this one rock. And oops, I made everything invisible. So what you're gonna want to do is make this rock blend in. So we're gonna make it like a little smaller, maybe put it right here, but we're actually gonna put it behind the dust. But we're gonna go in and kind of erase it so you can see it. But it kind of looks out of place. So we're gonna go into hue and saturation and make it kind of the same color as the groundish. And you can just freeball it, and then we're also gonna make a tiny little shadow on it as well, just so it doesn't look super out of place. Make it around 50 or 60. And yeah, so we got our rock texture, and we can also make something like a rock overlay. So something that I got from this super cool, amazing YouTuber, Clement GFX, is his rock texture. So that'll also be in the description. I'm just gonna go get that. So I actually have it here in my Discord server. If you go to resources, a bunch of cool stuff that I have here, some brushes that I use. So if you want to get all this, just join my Discord. So here's the rock overlay. We're gonna copy it and paste it above our characters. So actually it's better if you save it, because then you don't get the black background. So once you save it and open it, you just want to copy it in, oops, I did not copy it. Copy it in, and we're gonna put it above our characters. Then we can scale it to around like the same, and it's not gonna look too good, so we're gonna actually use 2 of them. So we're gonna put it around there, maybe warp it a little bit so it looks like it's coming from the front. And I'm just gonna erase some of the rocks because they just don't look very good. And we're gonna go into hue and saturation again and make them around the same color. So yeah, that actually looks really good. That's a good color. And we're actually going to put another one in and put it on this side. The reason I do this is because I don't like the rocks super stretched or super big. So you can use as many as you want. I'm just going to use 2. And we can use the same hue and saturation. And erase this rock because it is done. And yeah, so that's basically how you make grounds and like effects on the ground. You can add a lot more wind if you want, but this is basically just the basics of it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. 3 tutorials came out this week, one on Sunday and wherever. I forgot, I'm recording this a lot earlier, so I don't know. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. You can get tons of overlays as well if you join. Great community. Sometimes we do giveaways at milestones, so be in the Discord to get them. And yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.